Matt Manueller, Washington's 13th District State Representative, is a Republican, husband, father, and professor. He supports more vocational education, opposes the income and carbon tax, and defends the Second Amendment. Vote Manueller for your state rep.
I'm Matt Manueller.
And we approve this message.
It's been 17 years since the tragic events of September 11th, 2000 occurred over New York City, Washington, D.C., and Shanksville, Pennsylvania that forever changed the nation, the world, and so many of its people. The city of Kashmir lies over 2,500 miles away from any of the locations in the United States which were directly targeted and impacted by the attacks on 9/11. But the small hamlet of nearly 3,200 residents will forever harbor a remembrance of that fateful day and the 2,996 individuals who lost their lives during a few harrowing moments of its course.
Through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
As a storm cloud gathers far across the sea, let us pledge allegiance
Tuesday marked the town's 5th annual 9/11 Spirit of America Memorial Ceremony, and this year's occasion drew perhaps its biggest crowd of attendees yet, including first responders from places both very near and very far away. The observance began with a brief statement from Kashmir Mayor Jim Fletcher and included an address by 12th District State Senator Brad Hawkins as well, who shared his own recollections from 17 years ago before saying thank you to all of the first responders that were present.
But those of you who put on a uniform with a vest first and safety gear to protect yourself, and when you go into harm's way, that's a level of public service that I'll never know. And the bravery and the courageousness that you show to do your jobs to protect us and be first responders, me and my family will be forever grateful for that.
One of those first responders in attendance was firefighter and paramedic Lance Cannon of the Seattle Fire Department, who was summoned to serve at Ground Zero just 3 days after the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center collapsed.
Just for the luck of the draw that I ended up being able to go and serve, and it was a great honor. And it's nice to have people remember those types of things that happened to the folks at 9/11. And I just want to say that we need to honor these things, we need to remember these things, and like your brochure says, we need to educate people. For if we don't, all these things go away like tears in the rain.
They're not tears of sadness, they're tears of joy. Joy that I have the opportunity and honor to serve with you.
Lake Wenatchee Fire and Rescue Chief and 9/11 Spirit of America Memorial Board member Mick Lamar also spoke at Tuesday's proceedings and reminded everyone in attendance about the many thousands of his first responder brethren who have been working around the clock, largely unnoticed, for the past month and a half to keep our local communities safe from wildfire.
In the back, you'll see people in t-shirts and green pants, and they've been digging the hills behind us for the last 8 weeks, saving our community. Our educational purpose here is to remember those folks who perpetuate the very spirit of 9/11. It's not the tragedy of 9/11, it's the spirit of 9/11. It's what this country did after 9/11. It's what we do today that embodies and emboldens who we are.
After the ceremonies, Lamar spoke with iFiber One News about why he felt it was so important to get involved with the event and in maintaining the longevity of the permanent monument site in Kashmir, where it is held each year.
Well, I was a Department of Defense firefighter on 9/11. I'm a retired career firefighter, and I've been a volunteer firefighter for 38 years. I live up at Lake Wenatchee in the Plain area. And I came down to the dedication ceremony and just saw that I thought we should have a bigger first responder presence, since it's there to remember the first responders, the sacrifices that they made. So started getting the guys together and the girls together and decided we could do some things and help them out and put some energy to them. This is such a grassroots Americana memorial. It struggled to find a home, and Kashmir stepped up and won the competition, and we're so glad to support them in a small town and have it here in north central Washington. As you can see, from Seattle to Canada, they came today to pay tribute to those that lost their lives and those that rushed in to save lives, so we're just happy to be part of it.
As morning officially gave way to afternoon, this year's 9/11 Spirit of America Memorial Ceremony wrapped up with Lamar beckoning every first responder in attendance to the stage for a group photograph, which included a caravan of fresh-faced firefighting recruits who are each bravely awaiting their own chance to be there before anyone else when disaster strikes someday. With today's services in Kashmir leaving all of us to hope and pray that they will never have to see a day like those of their profession who fell in the line of duty some 17 years ago today. Reporting for iFiber One News, I'm Chris Hansen.